Meanwhile, China's National Health Commission is also holding its daily press briefing on the coronavirus outbreak. We are cutting across live to it.
352. Confirmed case from Hong Kong, Macau, and Taiwan, 42 cases. 21 from Hong Kong, 1 death case, 10 from Macau, and 11 from Taiwan. So that is the update of the outbreak. And based on the for 2 consecutive days, the confirmed case has been higher and larger than the suspected case, which indicates the improvement of the methodology of diagnosis and treatment. So let's open the floor for questions. Please identify yourself before raising questions. This gentleman. Thank you. From Dongfang Cable TV. Mr. Yu, we all know that many foreign airlines have suspended their flight to Beijing, to China. But still, the people that have to travel to overseas destinations are coming back to China. So what measures being put in place? Thank you. You are right. Because of the outbreak of the disease, many foreign carriers have suspended the operation to China, impacting a lot of passengers. So CAC has taken the following measures. First of all, to ask the domestic airlines, to take measures. We all understand, this load factor is very low with airlines and their many operational difficulties. So we ask domestic airlines to overcome difficulties, to do their best to ensure the normal operation. So far as I know, domestic airlines are doing everything possible and overcome many difficulties. For instance, Air China, has done a lot of things in a way, to try to pick up passengers from multiple cities before they fly one flight to China, which is a way out for them. Secondly, CAC, in close contact with Ministry of Foreign Affairs, have been very proactive in diplomacy. CAC has sent out more than 70 correspondence to their foreign counterparts. First of all, to update them all these quarantine measures, effective measures that we have taken, so that they would not be worried than necessary. And secondly, we put in place certain reasonable control measures. So far, as we can tell, more than 22 countries have confirmed receipt of such letters from us. And some of them have been very positive because they appreciate this efficacy of the measures. And also they hope that the service will be restored as soon as possible. So, as you said, it is true that many Chinese passengers have been staying overseas because of the outbreak of the virus. And a situation we're aware of. So with the support of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and other departments, and also we work with tourism department, have organized chartered flight, additional flights, in total 12 flights, and we have taken back more than 5,500 Chinese passengers, primarily from Hubei and Wuhan origin. So we're doing our best, and in this crisis and in this difficult time, proving that we are capable and we would like to fulfill our mission as a corporate social responsibility. Thank you. This from first row. Thank you. CCTV. So this peak time has come. So do you have any statistics? How many by rail, by air transport, or what are the numbers compared and compared with last year, whether it's, and what kind of measures you are going to put in place by various departments to make sure that this return to the workplace are normal. Mr. Cai, Mr. Yu, Huang Xing, because this question involves many sectors. Yes, this transportation in relating to the Spring Festival time is been doing. We've been doing this. Actually, we see daily passenger 13 million, a decrease of 90%, and so the total turnover is going to be 400 million, which a decrease of 70%. Because by air it's going to drop by 36%, and by transport, by railway, it's going to drop by 36%. So that is our statistics based on the big data. By the 16 days of the lunar calendar of the first year, we're going to see stabilization of the traffic. But the peak volume has been kind of less compared with previous years, but the period of transportation is going to be longer because of this outbreak. So we, Transportation Department, is going to fulfill and to implement the instructions by our General Secretary, Mr. Shi, and also MOT every year, every day has been working closely and hardly, and to make sure that operation is smooth.
Then we can reduce the risk of imported epidemic virus. And we also have a category-based practice, and we have very precise deployment of different strategies to make sure the off-peak returning travelers could come back to their working unit in a timely and orderly manner. And also we pay high attention to the disinfection of the stations and the railway station, bus station, to have good ventilation. And we also have a close monitoring of the body temperature of the passengers. If it's higher than 37.3 centigrade, we will give them closer monitoring. And we also need to care about the passenger rate. We give them scattered seating arrangement rather than very densely arranging seat for the passengers. And we also have one empty seat in between two passengers strategy, and then we can avoid as much as possible the cross-infection. And also we need to trace the source and also the identification of those passengers, meaning we will record their travel record, and we try to trace back if something wrong. We can know who is traveling with whom and to which destination. And also for some of the passengers, if they are considered as suspected patients, we will trace them as quickly as possible to send them to the medical institutions as soon as possible. And also we need to guarantee the medical supply for those medical workers in the front line, because it's quite possible for them to be infected when they are working front line. So we give them the supervision and trainings as to how to protect themselves. And also for different passengers, when they when they travel by air or by train, they need to wear masks to protect themselves and to protect other people. I believe it's our responsibility to wear a mask when you go out. And also, in order to implement the central government group's requirement for the off-peak returning strategies, we have what we call the 4 guarantee principle from MOT. The first one, smooth transportation system operation. And we have the 3 no, 1 priority strategy. And we try to avoid the lockdown of the road or block of the road. So we make sure the road is there and people can travel smoothly. The second one is that we need to give the close monitoring of those affected area. We make sure those migrant workers can come back to their workplaces properly. And also we prioritize the time because we understand, according to the lunar calendar, the 16th and the 17th of January might be the exactly important timing, and we make sure the peak there managed properly. And the third one, we also need to have the recovery plan for the provinces beyond the Hubei provinces, and we have the plans for the smooth implementation of the strategy. For example, how we recover public transportation, including taxis and buses. We also have thorough preparation for the supplies. The fourth one is to protect safety, meaning we need to ensure safe transportation during this process, in particular during the bad weather and the worst conditions. We also need to have closer supervision and monitoring for those the frontline workers, and also for those the violation of the law. We will implement the enforcement to them. Okay, thank you.